Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Superfriends episode 34. I'm your host this week, Nick, and I'm joined by the usual suspects, Luke and Mckinnley.
What's up?
What's up?
And, of course, we have CJ here with us again this week.
I'm not quite usual suspect here yet, but one day I hope to be.
Well,
you're almost there.
Yeah.
He's the public enemy. We're the usual.
The regular fill-in.
Yeah.
I'm not Kaiser Soze, unfortunately.
Nope.
I love that movie, though. It's fantastic. That's the best thing that Bryan Singer has ever done.
Yeah,
ain't enough.
Bryan Singer, yeah.
Sorry, I had to bring in a little bit here. You thought you were on Marvelite for a second.
Yeah, who is that singer guy? But anyway, speaking of movies, though, I've been having a movie marathon today as of this recording. I was watching The Equalizer earlier, and I just was watching Jack Reacher before we started recording. Like, two great noir films. Yeah.
Absolutely. Stellar.
Yeah.
I actually did like Reacher a lot. I liked Reacher more than I thought I would.
Yeah, that was like a sleeper hit that year it came out.
Mm-hmm. What's
and
funny
there's
is
a sequel coming out, too.
What's funny is a lot of my, I come from a big book reading family, and both, pretty much everyone, both, my parents and, grandparents have all read the Jack Reacher books, and they love them, and they were all kind of like up in arms when they cast Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is 5'4" manlet, and Jack Reacher is supposed to be like Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
So, like,
Hey, he's
literally,
supposed to
also
be
insane,
6'5", a head above the crowd, not 5'6".
not 5'4" manlet, but...
No, I like Tom Cruise, though.
No,
like, he's one of my favorite actors.
He actually killed it. I was really surprised, but I don't know what it was.
Based on the popular book One Shot, also. That's
Yes.
the name of the book, if anyone's wondering. So, yeah, what have you guys been up to recently? I mean, I don't know. We haven't really talked for a while, so...
I went and saw Barbershop 3, and since we're on the topic of movies, and Jungle Book Saturday, and that was great.
And which of the two were good? Were better out of those two?
Both very different movies.
Are you sure?
Obviously.
They seem the same.
Quality-wise,
Barbershop.
quality-wise, I would say, like, overall, Jungle Book, but definitely laughed more at Barbershop.
Well, yeah.
Definitely,
I've heard Barbershop is actually not terrible.
Not.
I've heard it's good.
They spend a little bit too much time in the barbershop, if I must say. It's my only thing.
Well, I mean,
I know it's
really
barbershop, but
a forgivable
for
sin
something
for
called
barbershop.
there's literally only 3 set pieces. It's the barbershop, Ice Cube's house, and for 10 seconds the school.
That's how you stay on budget. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But do you guys realize that Barbershop has had a successful film franchise, but Dredd couldn't get a sequel?
I don't know, man. What is wrong with this world?
Black Lives Matter.
People want to see Barbershop sequels, but they don't want good movies.
And suddenly Superfriends became Flicks and Chill, the sequel.
but better.
Yeah, what have you been up to, CJ? What's new?
What's new? Honestly, I've spent most of the last couple of days. Well, I mean, if you watched my vlogs on Batman v Superman, which I struggled with making a little bit. I waited a couple of weeks, and I didn't really, I really questioned whether I wanted to make them or not. But finally, I decided to pull the trigger, and they seemed to get a pretty good response. A lot of people responded well to it. I tried to stay as level-headed as possible, and it looks like people responded to that. And try to approach it as objectively as possible. Started a good conversation, had a good conversation with the viewers, and really just over the last 2 days, part of it was an excuse to test out this new equipment I got for the H&Ns, and today you got to see today, it's Monday when we're recording this, you got to see the full fruition of it. I was really, really worried about the H&N today, guys. I was literally sitting there, I was like, this is going to suck. Monday's H&N. I was literally sitting there trying to figure out what the background for the green screen was going to be, and went through 3 different things, and finally came back to my original idea and was like, well, hopefully, it looks all right, and I feel like it came out all right in the end. But
since this is rolling on Thursday, hopefully today's H&N
was good too.
Out.
Hopefully nothing has happened since then.
Yeah, Luke, what's up? What's good?
Finals, work. I mugged a guy.
Uh-oh.
I stole a
Oh
car.
wow, how did that go? Is that profitable,
surprisingly
or-
surprisingly very easy.
It gets crazy down there in Lake Charles.
It is. I mean, I made my getaway on an alligator. It was
yes.
slow, but I mean, like police take a while to get there. They're too busy shooting other people.
Those are
So
the Ferraris
I was
of,
able to make my escape.
Ferraris of the lake world.
Yes, my future purse.
There
in
you
fact.
go. Purse, boots, and belt. That's all you need.
Yes, but I mean, in all seriousness, that was pretty dumb. Just finals and
Yeah, finals
Mostly
seems to
school
be a
stuff.
trend on Hybrid Network. This is a behind-the-scenes scoop here.
Yeah,
A lot of
a
people
lot of-
are going through that right now.
a lot of people in school. Hopefully, if we get enough, I don't have to do college anymore, and I can just go and live with all the hybrid people in a big
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
house.
Hybrid
The
House,
finals
20
are definitely finals.
Hybrid house,
Dude,
20
Hybrid Gaming House,
Hybrid House
2017.
20, I would say, okay, I was about to say 2018, but I like where your head's at.
Yeah, you know, if we all live together, the gaming thing might actually be
It
plausible
might actually
for once.
live podcasts like all those fancy
Well-
folks do.
Well, what we would do is we would have cameras set up around the house and do a 24-hour live stream
There
of
you
our
go.
live.
Yeah, we'll just do Big Brother Hybrid Network style.
Yeah,
McKinley,
you get to watch. You get
stop
to watch
jacking it.
Jizz feet make a
Never.
PB&J.
Never.
Yeah, we get
This
to
is also a DC podcast.
we get to replay that. You know, we get to basically bring to the masses that legendary Skype call we had when I was at my grandma's house, and like everybody was on camera for like 2 or 3 hours. And like,
Oh,
the now we've
Yeah.
made that public. That was
wow.
Well, now
Oh.
Hybrid After Dark has to happen.
it has to. Luke, like it was gripping. Luke got up and made cereal at one point, and Will got up and made food at one point. It was
No, he made donuts.
he made
Homemade
donuts. It was crazy, man.
He
Of
made
course he did.
homemade donuts.
But Jesus
Wow.
Christ, I think the people are probably just getting tired. They're like,
Yeah,
"There's
this was
no-
7
this
minutes
is-
of just straight
no.
up.
I was gonna
bullshit.
say, have they caught on to the fact that there's like no news this week?
Well, this is how we get into the podcast. So we have to eat. We have to start off with what we're
Easy.
doing right now, which is lively
You're right.
conversation.
The H&N has it's spoiled me. I get to just I get to just jump into it. I
Yeah,
dive
just
right in.
Get those juices flowing. It's fine.
There you go. Gotta
So-
ease back into it.
So the good thing about this episode, though, is even though we don't have a lot of news to talk about, there are some good viewer questions, so we can
Yeah.
get to
Which
those.
we
You guys are
appreciate, by the
killing
way.
it with those.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely continue to send us questions. Love to answer those every episode,
No, 100%.
All the time.
as many as we can. Don't send. We're gonna get flooded right now. 20 questions. Oh, we can't answer everything.
We
But
can't do no
We should
Twitter
have- well-
thing yet, but
When there's nothing, we will have a whole episode devoted to viewer questions.
Exactly.
yeah. But yeah, I
2020,
guess we can
baby.
just jump in. We can just jump into the news here. So, Latino Review had an exclusive scoop. I don't know, Latino Review. This is the post El Maybe era.
still
So-
salt. Hold it.
Yeah. So apparently they're saying what exactly? 3 Green Lanterns.
Yep.
3
They're-
Earth Lanterns.
Their rumor, as I reported on in the H&N on Monday now, was that the movie will feature not 1, not 2, but 3 Green Lanterns. It's going to be Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and Kyle Rayner. And Hal is going to be older. They said they're looking for an actor, as they put it, in the quote-unquote Matt Damon age range. And so that's, between 40 and 45 probably to be the salty, grizzled old veteran.
Huh.
And then John and Kyle are going to be younger actors.
So Tyrese aged.
Tyrese, potentially.
Yes,
Huh.
but probably.
Well, I mean, Tyrese
Hopefully
did go on. What's it called?
Larry King.
Yeah, Larry King. You said,
Pray for me,
I got
Larry.
a shot, Larry.
Pray for me.
I got a shot. I got a twinkle in my eye, Larry.
It's like I did meet with Warner Brothers, but it wasn't about the cast.
Granted, it was about them being very upset at me, but,
Pray for
Whatever.
me. It's glistening. Pray.
I met with Warner Brothers with the cease and desist, basically telling me to stop. But I think it's still possible, Larry. I think there's a
I
chance.
think I got it.
Never say.
No,
I
but
got
what do
your
you-
attention.
But what do you guys think about this? Because I had always thought that Hal and John were a lock. But it's interesting that they're choosing Kyle over what I thought would be Guy Gardner to add flavor. But
Well, I think, if I can go out on a limb here and speculate, so you've got maybe kind of flipping the script where the black guy isn't 3 or 4 days from retirement. You've got Hal, who's kind of the kind of straight man sergeant role, Then you've got John, who's kind of the wide-eyed, maybe by-the-book type, newbie. And then you've got Kyle, who's very emotionally damaged, like he is from the comics. Mm-hmm. So I think these three bring a lot to the table. I think Guy, maybe they chose not to go the Guy route because at the end of the day, he probably is just going to be another loose cannon like Hal, maybe. Mm-hmm. But even though in the comics this is different, but I think in terms of a movie adaptation, they might be viewing it as a little too similar.
They can't get Marky Mark to play Guy? That'd be great.
They can for the sequel.
Another thing that's kind of cool is that
the sequel
since they're bringing in John and Kyle, supposedly, they're both ethnic heroes. So that's another thing cool thing to bring up is the diversifying the DC Extended Universe, if this is the case.
Yeah.
DC's been pretty good about that so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
indeed.
I do find it interesting that they want to go the route of having Hal be like the guy that passes the mantle when it's like this is basically going to be the first time. I'm guessing it's going to be the first time we see Hal in this universe, and the first time we see him, it's going to be him passing off to other people. So I guess I don't know if maybe they're just going to be all right. Everyone knows who Hal is because of the Ryan Reynolds. Let's just move on to Jon Stewart, who everybody loves, and Kyle Rayner, who's like I don't know how popular Kyle Rayner is. I know he is for a fact my favorite Green Lantern, but I mean, I don't know how popular he is. And as for Guy Gardner, I like him, but I think there's enough assholes in this universe. You don't need another one.
Maybe it's the emotional spectrum.
Yeah,
stuff.
like Superman.
True. Well, I
didn't want to say it.
It's it's interesting you bring that up, Luke. It's in my opinion, it's a way of having their cake and eating it too, because I think the fan base is split just about right down the middle in terms of people that want Hal and people that want John. And so this is a way where you get Hal and you get him to be Hal for maybe a movie, or maybe he shows up in Justice League Part 2, and then he passes the torch over by the end of the first Green Lantern movie. And then from there on out, it's Jon Stewart and Kyle as your main two, dealing with all the emotional spectrum stuff. But I think it's a really good. Honestly, I think it's a great choice by DC because it's I haven't been saying that a lot recently, but I think it's actually clever because it's a good way to give everybody what they want. So
exactly.
Yeah, and plus we have to also think that the general audiences know Jon Stewart from the cartoons, so they grew up with him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people respond to that well because I remember when the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern was coming out, a lot of people were very confused that it was a white guy and it wasn't Jon Stewart.
Yeah, I know plenty of people who think that John was the first.
Isn't Green Lantern
black?
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, he has a huge impact. So it's nice that they're actually going the route and putting him in there. And I mean, like, for a Green Lantern movie, like, why wouldn't you use, like, the other Green Lanterns? Like, probably the best part of mythology is that there's multiple Earth Green Lanterns, there's a whole Corps. Like, the idea that they're having multiple Earth ones is really cool. Makes it seem like the Corps has been around for a while, and it really built it up as a central part of the DC universe.
That's why I think it'd be cool, like you said, the Corps. If they're going to bring in the emotional spectrum, that could bring more stuff for like Kyle, who's gonna have like this potential with all the emotional spectrums of being like the White Lantern and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think CJ even mentioned about Guy being a Red Lantern. They could definitely go that route if they wanted.
Hey, Luke, don't get your hopes up. This is
Look,
the
I'm just saying.
We're talking
I'm
about
just
here.
saying stuff would be cool, man.
In theory, this would be cool.
You know what I think
I
would be
need to
great?
be hopeful about something. I can't be negative.
You know what I think would be great is kind of like, I don't know how many of you guys, I know at least some of you guys here have seen some of Josh's screenplays. I know some of the people listening have seen some of Josh's screenplays, but I personally love what he did with the Green Lantern storyline more than anything. And I think it would be really cool if, not if DC just cribbed it, but like, because his are based mostly off of comic things. I think it would be great if you have like Hal as, I'm 2 months away from retirement, he's a loose cannon cop, doesn't play by the rules, and he seemingly dies in that Green Lantern solo movie, maybe at the hands of Parallax, potentially, and then he comes back in the next movie, but it's actually Parallax-possessed Hal. And that would be a very, very tough and emotional thing for them to have to deal with. But
that would be cool. Huh. That would be cool. I know that there's a screenplay someone in this call made that is really cool that hopefully gets made. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But who knows?
Yeah, Nick, they're looking for a script, so
Hey,
Get on it, man.
they will be looking
I'm right
for a
here.
script. Yeah.
I'm right here.
I'm here.
I can drive to the lot right now.
There you go.
Right here, Green Lantern manlet. Right here.
Yeah, but yeah, is that everyone's gotten their piece in on this Green Lantern rumors?
I
believe so.
I'm excited.
Have
It's
you?
been a while on that.
Well, like I said, like I was surprised at the fact that Kyle would be in the movie because
Mm.
I think that he's like a later character, but
Right.
like, but that's cool, I guess. Like I like Kyle. I read him in the Grant Morrison JLA from the '90s,
Yeah.
so I'm
awesome.
a fan.
Fifth
Kyle's
dimensional
great.
Grant Morrison.
What was it?
He is
Emerald
basically
Dawn?
he is. Something
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
so.
Yeah, Kyle is great because he is essentially the Luke Skywalker of the Green Lantern mythos.
Potential.
Yeah, so I guess if we want to move on to another DC movie kind of topic here, there's been a lot of casting recently. Like, well, one is confirmed casting, the other one's kind of rumored stuff. But I guess we can talk about Willem Dafoe first, who had dropped, I believe, the day after we recorded last week's Superfriends.
Yeah.
That always happens to us.
Yep.
It's like we have nothing, and then all of a sudden, like all this stuff drops. So, yeah, Willem Dafoe joined Justice League 1 and 2, right? Or
I think so.
I don't know about 2, but definitely 1.
Yeah, he's signed on for Justice League 1 at least. I think.
And he's
all that's
playing
come
a
out
hero.
right now. Yep, he's playing a
So-
DC Comics hero, one of the good guys. Is exactly.
So
how they
Highfather,
put it.
is that?
That's
Well,
my pitch, Highfather.
There are a couple of options. I think I see Highfather as the most likely option because they've already kind of hinted at the New Gods, and they've said the New Gods are going to be a huge thing moving forward in the Snyderverse.
Yeah, there was that painting that was pottery when it flipped over.
Pottery.
It had Apocalypse and
And
things.
so the other
Angels
one,
and demons.
the other ones that I've heard a couple of people throw around Martian Manhunter, and I think he would be an interesting pick, but not my kind of Martian Manhunter. I personally could see maybe Abin Sur, potentially, but that would be a very, very small role. But my other thing, the other one that I've heard a lot of people throw around, I don't know if there's any truth to this or not. The other thing that I've heard a lot of people saying is Kent Nelson. And a lot of not like just YouTube comments. I've seen a lot more like actual substantive theories pop
Yeah,
up.
like Mark Hughes at Forbes.
Yes,
No, I don't know. Grace Randolph or whatever.
confirmed.
Grace Randolph.
Didn't she say that Black Widow is Captain Marvel or something like that? Some dumb shit like that? Or
Well, yeah.
no, that
If
would
something-
be the Martian
something-
Manhunter thing would be really cool. Actually, if he was Martian Manhunter, that'd be awesome.
It'd be
I
neat.
could see it.
I'd love to hear his voice.
See,
Yeah,
that's
they
the
would-
thing is,
they
I
would
don't know if I
definitely
could
fix
see.
it.
I don't know if I could see Willem Dafoe's voice coming out of Martian Manhunter. Like that's
Well,
the big
they would-
stumbling block for me.
Well, they would probably mess with it in post too, make it like
Yeah, a little
weird
bit.
alien.
Sleep.
I mean, I always pictured they would probably get like a black actor for Martian Manhunter
Well,
person.
Who's
Just
that
'cause that's
dude
what
that they
they've done
always fan cast as him?
Huh?
Oh, who is that?
There's an actor that they always fan cast as him. I don't can't
Let
remember his
me
name.
get back to you on that.
I always wanted Idris Elba
Yeah.
as Martian Manhunter.
I've always wanted Idris Elba as Jon Stewart. but-
Both, either one. I'd be happy with him just being here in the DC extended universe.
I actually wanted Idris Elba for a long time to be a new god, but I mean he's Heimdall.
He could be
so
a
that's kinda-
Steppenwolf.
That would actually be really cool. Him a Steppenwolf, hell yeah, man. But
Or what's that
Willem
dude's
Daf-
name? The other what's the other new god that's in Justice League right now? One of Darkseid's tribe. What is the dude's name?
Darkseid's tribe. It
starts with a K.
I can't remember.
Oh, Calabac.
What?
Oh, I thought you meant like someone else.
Calabac? Idris Elba's Calabac.
Dude,
So you mean
Idris
his
Elba
son?
could be
Yeah.
Calabac.
Other than Idris Elba, the two big fan casts for Martian Manhunter that I see everywhere are Lance Riddick, the guy from Fringe, The Wire, and The Corner, and Peter Mensa, the guy from Spartacus.
Yeah, that's him.
Right.
Peter Mensa, I believe.
He looks
I always
the part,
see.
like perfect.
Yeah.
He is a cool. But Willem Dafoe again. I see Highfather as a big. I I see mostly he's probably going to be a new god,
Yeah.
but my hopeful thing would be actually Alan Scott. Actually,
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I'd like.
What
that
if he's
idea.
Mr. Miracle?
Could be.
Oh, plot twist.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Who would you guys get as Big Barda?
Oh, it's tough.
China.
What?
China?
Oh.
She's
Oh,
dead.
that's too
Dude, damn, rip.
Jeez,
Damn.
this just became a sad episode.
Just to quickly say, they also made a Prince joke on Barbershop. I was like walking out like, oh no,
You're like, damn.
oh no. But
We got to get back
yeah,
on topic,
what's
man.
her name
We're kind of
from
degrading.
Star Wars? Who's Captain Phasma?
Oh,
Gwendolyn
yeah.
Christie?
her?
Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah,
I think she's
Barda.
perfect for
Yeah,
that.
she'd be pretty cool, yeah.
But will Disney let her leave?
Yeah, she's like a big 6'7" hulking
Yeah.
thing.
Not
Yeah, there you
5'4"
go.
manlet.
True.
No.
No.
But you need a 5'4" manlet to play Mr. Miracle to contrast the two.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
Yeah,
big-
dude. Tom Cruise would be hilarious,
I
actually.
just want to see them hug.
But,
That would be
Just wanna
pretty
see them
good.
hug.
That'd be pretty good.
But Willem Dafoe, though, who could you see? Like, what character?
I still think the one that I can see the most is probably Highfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highfather
Either
Dafoe.
Highfather or shit. What's
But
it?
I don't know.
Like I'm kind of bummed that they keep saying a good guy because I keep thinking he actually would have been a really cool Desaad if they wanted to
Maybe
do that.
it's a red herring.
bad
He
guy
starts
from
out
the
as a
Jedi
good
Knight
guy and twists into
video
a bad
games?
guy.
Huh. You know, actually, I just thought about this. He could be like Etrigan or something.
True, he could be.
Oh, that is.
I
interesting.
can't see his voice coming out of Etrigan either. I see. Okay.
Well, I mean, again, they would probably mess with it a little
But
bit.
like,
but
true. But like, okay, so like, I highly recommend that you like to think on this. Go watch Boondock Saints and then start thinking about who you should be playing.
yeah.
That'll mess you up. But
Yeah, so moving on, though, to our other casting rumors in the DC movies. Apparently, this is coming from Heroic Hollywood, right? This scoop here?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so apparently El Mayimbe has the exclusive drop on the Flash movie, which has begun casting for a number of different characters, particularly Iris West, Eobard Thawne, Leonard Snart, and anyone else? Am I missing?
Fred
Or-
Chire and Jay Garrick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jay Garrick. That was an interesting one. 'Cause I was like, really? They're
It
going
is
to do
really
him,
interesting.
too, in the movie? Like,
Well, it was a cameo role from what the original casting thing said. He is a professor who was fired because of his obsession with fringe science, aka the Speed Force Project.
Yep.
And it's basically that's all they said, and it's literally just a cameo role.
huh.
Maybe someone
That's
that helps
interesting.
Barry understand his speed a little better.
Interesting.
Once he gets
Yeah,
exposed
what
to
do you
it.
guys think about these, like, the characters that they're going to put in the movie? Supposedly, we don't know if this is true, but...
Yeah, I mean, pretty standard for a Flash movie, honestly. Like, I mean, I don't think anyone is surprised at all that they just went ahead and want to do Reverse Flash right off the gate.
The one thing that people seem to be pointing out a lot is it hems very close to the TV show a little bit, and I will say I don't think that people are right in saying that it completely rips off the TV show. However, they are kind of taking some cues, and I think most of that comes from the description of the Reverse Flash. Did you guys read that?
I did not. I listened to you talk about it in the news
thank
video.
you.
But
Well, Thawne is, he's described as Central City's Bill Gates type figure, and he is, he runs this, very prestigious lab, but he essentially has, Stephen Hawking has ALS, but they refer to him as confined in a wheelchair and, battling, kind of a disease that affects his movement, very similar to, I guess ALS. So it's a degenerative disease, is I think what they exactly called it.
so the ice challenge.
Very reminiscent of Harrison Wells.
Yeah, Harry.
Old
Harry, yeah.
Best part of season 1. Best part of the show either way so far. So
Yes.
Although if they really want to spin it, because Eobard is going by Zoom in the comics now, they could just go ahead and make Eobard like basically Zoom in the movie.
my guess is that's what they're going to do too, like to try and combine the old school to even further combine the old school Hunter Zolomon wheelchair thing with kind of the newer Zoom in the New 52.
Yeah.
But
If they do Zolomon, I fully expect the Cosmic Treadmill to be in this movie. I know it's probably a long shot because it's the Snyderverse, but please, I want the Cosmic Treadmill.
I wonder, are they going to drop the ball on him killing Barry's mom early on, or are they going to save that?
Yeah, like that's the one thing that's really weird. They don't really say he's from the future. I don't know if maybe he's keeping that secret, but
that might
it
be
just
even
seems
more
like
the show.
he's. Yeah, like it just seems very much like it's a lot like the show. Like I remember in that little
Not
DC
just
special when they were talking
the
about
comics
Flash
too,
and.
though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like when they were talking about it in that DC special, and he was like, "It's a very different Flash," and then he goes on and just pretty much explains the exact plot of the TV show.
It's like, this is the cinematic Flash, but it's the same. It's the TV one.
It's Ezra, not
so-
Grant. That's
So by the way, he
difference.
gets struck by the particle accelerator.
Yeah.
Oh, if they do that in the movie,
Be done. I'll be like, you liar.
The
That
other.
would-
come
that
on,
would-
man.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like McKinley was saying, though, if they do keep the whole murdering of the mom like as a Flashpoint thing in the future, like that would be kind of cool if they did that. Like they did a Flashpoint story.
I
Yeah.
do really
Like-
love
like
Flashpoint movie
Flash.
for sure. Like,
It has to
even
be
if it's
coming.
just
like,
like
I mean,
a way to bring Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohan back, like please.
Yeah, the Joker, female Joker.
they look. Because they look exactly like the Flashpoint Martha and Thomas
They do.
Wayne.
You know that's got to be in the back of Snyder's mind. He's thinking,
Yeah, why would they
had
cast
to.
name actors like that?
Did I
Yeah,
ever
like
tell
there's
y'all
no
my
way that was
theory
by
that I had?
accident.
I have not heard it.
What was it?
Okay, the theory that I have going on to appease everyone, people who don't like this current Snyderverse and want more fun stuff, but at the same time make sense of what BVS did. Maybe that's gonna happen in the Flash movie. Maybe this Justice League movie is like leading up to it, since there's that rumored Amazon and Atlantean semi-war, along with all this Flash going through time stuff. Maybe that's what the Flash movie is, and it'll open up with a Flashpoint.
That would
type
actually
thing.
be fantastic.
And fix
It's like,
everything.
Fuck, we've got to go back
Dude,
and change
wow.
it. We've got to go
And
back and change
and that's what you
literally
have.
everything.
Yeah.
Flash can literally be Warner Brothers' Days of Future
Exactly.
Past and just retcon everything.
Well, if you notice,
actually
everything
be
they've
great.
done, they've kind of like done everything in like one movie. Like this past movie was like their first crossover, yet set up everything. Man of Steel was their first solo movie. This would be their first Days of Future Past movie. Like,
This will be their first retcon.
yeah, and then we have the first Wonder Woman solo female movie. Like they're doing everything in one movie. How do we know that this isn't going to do that and then appease everyone
Right.
and then make sense of everything
Dude,
and make everything look better in retrospect?
I'm down with it. I'm for it. Like
I hope
DC
when
hired
Flash
this man.
is running. I hope when Flash is running through the multiverse thing to like fix everything, he sees Sad Affleck and the little
Sad
thing he's, like
Affleck.
running past.
No, he
I
sees like
actually-
the meme with like Sad Affleck and Chris Evans. It's
Yeah, he sees
I
that.
know-
He's like, no.
Like, if he's running through the multiverse, I know it's a long shot. I know it's probably not going to happen.
Grant.
But god damn it. If Grant Gustin shows up in that multiverse,
Hey, everyone.
It'd
like,
be like what he
just
said in the
do
interview.
it.
Me and Grant are gonna have
Yeah,
a
like-
race, man.
no, that's it's fantastic.
Well,
Like,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he was like high out of his mind at that interview.
That's right.
That seems to be the consensus. He's always high. when
Hey
he's in
man,
an
I
interview.
know you done
That's
you
his
talked to
secret.
many people, man, but you don't understand. I'm the Flash.
Dude, he was high in BVS in that scene.
Why do you have a
Whoa,
mustache?
That was
soon?
what's
Too
hilarious is
soon?
like, and like no disrespect, like here, I literally mean no disrespect. I thought this was funny. My first thought when I saw him, I was like, Jesus Christ! They actually used like what was Jay's YouTube avatar for a long time.
Yeah.
No disrespect, like Jay, if you're listening to this, if somebody sent you this, I'm not talking shit. They literally did. They used your fucking YouTube avatar. He had the mustache and
all that.
everything.
I think that's something I made a
Yeah.
comparison of like a few weeks ago too.
I thought it was
Side by
fucking
side.
cool. That's literally
Yeah,
what I was
but-
thinking in the theater. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, but
very-
anyways,
very basic.
if we want to move on to the last segment here and talk about viewer questions.
Nick, I have a question.
What's that?
Would you say this is the social media shootout?
Kapow.
Maybe.
Kapow.
Pew pew.
Gratata.
Gratata.
But we,
That poor girl.
if we were gonna do that though, we need a lovely female correspondent to do
I
that.
can put on a wig.
I get it.
We'll get Luke. We'll get Luke 616 on.
Yes.
Can we get that indie girl from like months ago to come back and
people don't even know about that. That's literally just for us.
That is
she
something
be the
that never came to
correspondent?
fruition.
Jesus.
I get it.
Oh boy.
That would have changed the face of this channel, but continue.
Anyways,
Favorite
our first
questions.
question comes from our good friend Neil Ganti.
What up, Neil?
And he's asking actually about the Flash movie, too. He says, my question is that given that the Flash has been cast within the DC Films universe, do you think the same will happen for Green Arrow and Black Canary?
Personally, if Ezra Miller's film is successful, I think it can work.
Yeah. So
I think for definite right now, Black Canary, Green Arrow, maybe. Again, it's like they said, it depends on Flash's movie if people gravitate to it.
I think, well, the funny thing is, like, even throughout, like, an Arrow has been a moderately successful show. I think at this point it's
but
probably...
it's awful.
Yeah, I know, but, like, see, look here. Like, I was literally just about to say this. I think Arrow has been moderately successful, but at this point it's kind of alienated most of the people that were originally watching.
Well, it has its viewership, though.
It has viewership, but I think
women.
I honestly think it's a completely different viewership than it was when it started. And the fact of the matter is, they've never really done anything Green Arrow. They've just been pilfering Batman stories for the entire run of the show. So there is no. It's not like Amell is the definitive Green Arrow just because he's been a character called the Vigilante or the Hood or whatever it was that they called him forever.
See, that's the twist.
the
Maybe that's why
vigilante.
the show's like killing itself so that it can die and come into the DC Extended Universe.
But does it
Maybe
have
that's
to
the
make
thing.
me want to kill myself?
You know what? It's going to take its chances. It's going to take
It's got to gamble.
It'll
It has
ruin
faith.
his name.
Yes, I think
Like
for,
a phoenix.
I think for the DCCU Phase 2, we will see Green Arrow because Stephen Amell is not the Green Arrow. He is the Green
Dude, we could
Batman.
have like Brad Pitt as Green Arrow, like older Arrow.
That'd be tight. I'd be down for
DiCaprio.
it.
That would be pretty sweet.
DiCaprio.
That would be sweet, actually.
After seeing The Revenant with that beard. Do him as
But
an
DiCap-
older,
well, I mean, he can do-
as an older Ollie.
He
DiCaprio
can
would
do
never
whatever he
do it.
wants now. He got an Oscar, so he can do whatever he wants now.
He could do whatever he wanted before, but
Well, I mean, he had to get that Oscar
Yeah, he had
first
to.
before he could take risks.
Seems like he's
But,
above Cape shit, though.
what's his
That's
name?
right.
Maybe.
What's his name? Charlie Hunnam, or whatever his name.
Oh
is?
yeah, he could.
Charlie
do
Hunnam
it.
would be tight.
I would
yeah.
love him to be
That would be pretty cool.
Mr. Queen.
The only thing I see here is that they have to make the Green Arrow more distinctive from Batman, though. Like
Yes.
different character. Like they can't do the whole stoic,
No.
damaged
Well,
character.
I feel like I feel like the best way to do that would literally be we have like the whole purpose right now for the DC Extended Universe is that these are gods and that this is mythology. Literally make Green Arrow just a dude in a world filled with gods.
tight.
Well,
and
that's
you
what
have
Batman
a
is,
really-
though. That's
Well, I mean, like,
Make him
okay,
joke
but like
about it.
Batman's like this
Make it-
uber freaking killer
So
in the
here's
Snyderverse.
what you do.
Make
McKinley-
him.
McKinley was basically making the allegory to the X-Men movies before, like, just have, like, kind of follow the same pattern, like, it's all this epic shit happening, and then out of nowhere, Green Arrow is basically the DC Universe's, like, Deadpool.
Just have him joke about
It's-
it, straight up.
There you go.
I mean, like, and I'm like, not even that. Like, I want a guy that is for the people. Like, he stands up for the little guy because
Donald
from
Trump?
these DC movies, yeah, Donald Trump. But this guy, I mean, like all the heroes in the DC universe right now just seem like, again, they're just these gods and they look down on people. They're like children, and Green Arrow's like, they're not children. Like, I'm literally living among the homeless right now. I lost all my money.
How about we
Like,
make him mayor from the get-go?
Yeah.
mayor from the get-go?
Yeah,
From the get-go.
Well, actually, he
Maybe.
does exist too in the DC movie
does.
universe because we saw that.
Like, yeah, he does
infographic
exist.
Thing. So,
Queen Industries.
yeah, I hope he's like the Justice League Unlimited version, like from Double Date that episode. Like that was.
Yes.
That was really good. It was a nice take on him.
I like that Wildcat episode
Please.
too.
Please.
Yeah, so the next question we have here comes from Waru Crook, and this is saying, it's kind of like a trolling question, I guess, but how pissed would Josh get if it was revealed that Robin, the dead Robin in BVS, was Tim Drake, and not only that, but Tim Drake had the personality of Damian Wayne before his death, and when he comes back from the Lazarus Pit, he becomes Red Hood with Jason's personality, then sleeps with Talia. What?
This is a guy that's been around for a long time because I think he's hit everything that Josh hates.
It's like every point put into one character.
There you go, and I think that's why it spins off of those rumors that there's only been one Robin. So who are they going to do?
There's been 2 Robins, but one became the Joker and the other one died.
Confirmed. But
Yeah.
honestly, scale of 1 to 10, I think Josh would be at an 11 if that was happening. He would literally, like, he already did not love Batman v Superman. If they revealed that in the solo Batman movie, he would be done. He would be like, literally, he might actually, like, find Snyder and, like, BVS Batman him. Flip a car onto him, blow up a gas tank next to him, something like that.
Josh smash.
Josh would, not literally smash, but you know.
I think Josh would just. I don't think Josh would really be that upset. He's used to Tim Drake being the bottom of the barrel, just getting shot behind the shed. I feel like he's just dead inside.
I have a feeling he'd make a rant video comparative to CJ's Fan Four Stick rant.
Oh yeah.
No, CJ's Eisenberg rant.
Both great rants.
The one that he was right about.
No, CJ's DC No Jokes rant video. That one was good.
That one was good. Especially since BVS came out and I laughed maybe twice.
Oh, there were jokes though. When Alfred was testing the mic.
Alfred was the best part of the movie. Well, Alfred and Ben Affleck's Batman. Alfred was spotless. Alfred was perfect.
Alfred just telling Bruce that he sucks and that he should kill himself.
Yeah. I love it's like, what was it? Because the 2 best Alfred jokes were I fear there might be a wine cellar for future generations of Waynes, or the future generation of the Wayne family, if there is a future generation. And then the go find a nice metropolis girl. Who are you kidding?
My favorite line from him was, "Bruce, you should kill yourself, you 5'4" man leg."
Quit wearing fedoras to hide your disease.
So the next question we have comes from LMAO Like a Cow.
Yeah.
Fellow TV poster. He says, who would you cast as Green Arrow and Black Canary? Okay, we kind of answered this already. And what other Raimi Spider-Man actors would you get in the DC movies? Alfred Molina, I think, is rumored to be in a DC role.
Alfred Molina would be tight.
Love it.
He would be pretty cool.
Topher Grace. Oh no.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, yeah.
I mean, at this point,
Toby.
At this point, you got to get Toby.
Toby would be cool.
Dark Side Toby.
Orion.
Actually, you know what?
Toby.
Orion,
like I know,
that could work.
like I know, we already have our heart sets on a certain Mr. Miracle. I actually don't think Toby would be a bad Mr. Miracle.
Oh no, he'd be great. I'm for it.
James Franco.
Oh god, I completely forgot James Franco was in those movies. Holy shit.
He was in all 3.
Kirsten Dunst for Vicky Vale? No.
Kirsten Dunst can be
No,
Granny
they could
Goodness.
get Bryce Dallas Howard for Vicky Vale.
I'm fucking with it.
Vicky Vale.
Were you about to do the fucking Big Bang Theory thing?
Vicky Vale.
Yeah, I was. I'm not proud of it.
So was I. I was thinking it. I'm not proud of it either.
I decided against it, whereas Luke just decided to destroy the podcast.
But, okay. What Spider-Man actors? Toby Darkseid, confirmed. Toby Darkseid.
Toby Darkseid.
The only actor that I would like to see, like I said, was Alfred Molina. But
I know, I agree completely.
Out of the
Molina.
Yeah.
What's funny is, like, at the time, like, they were all rising stars, and I think Molina is pretty much. Well, Molina wasn't a rising star; he'd been around, but just about everyone else in that movie, like Toby was headed places, Kirsten Dunst was maybe headed places, James Franco was on the way up, and now it's just looking back.
Where was Toby heading? I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
The last thing I saw him in was Gatsby.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the last thing I saw him in.
Well, what's he been doing with his life? Just like
he has a production company. He's trying to make this
hanging out with DiCaprio. Because he and DiCaprio are like childhood best friends.
That too.
Maybe he's gone back to delivering pizza, like in those memes.
Still owing Mr. Ditkovich the rent.
Still the hardest level in Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god!
I used to love that stuff.
That might be the best superhero game ever made.
I must say,
Spider-Man 2.
It has not aged. CJ, it has not aged well at all. No, I played it very recently. It has not aged well.
You know what I loved as a kid was that Spider-Man, the PS1 and PC game with Mysterio.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that was
so
pretty cool.
great. I still remember the fucking
Tell me when you go up the wall, like you're like dodging like windows.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then there was that one. It's like the gas is all over the city, so you can't get below a certain like height when you're
So
Yeah.
like
swinging.
Spider-Man 1.
I love the
like the movie.
yeah.
And
I love the
before.
what if.
True.
Yeah, but this is Marvel shit.
Yeah, sorry.
We're talking about
Yeah,
DC
what,
stuff.
what Spider? No, this is Spider shit.
Toby Darkside.
Yeah,
Toby
so
Darkside, yeah,
all
there
right,
you go.
I guess we can move on to the final question here. We're gonna do a really quick answer here for this one. This is kind of like a yes or no thing, but this comes from Nathaniel Apodaca. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry,
Apologies.
but yeah. Do you think the Blue and Gold Booster Gold movie will be made? I think it will. It's just in kind of it's not like a priority for them right now. They have other things to worry about. I think it'll get it made eventually, though.
I think yes, and I think because Suicide Squad's probably going to do very well, I think that'll tell them, hey, people like funny stuff.
I think no, and I think that's because the 23 Jump Street Men in Black thing is probably, unfortunately, going to do most. It's going to hit most of the same story beats they're thinking about. Sadly, but
Oh shoot! That actually, yeah, that will. Just thought about that.
Damn it.
Like, I can't wait for that. It's
Me
gonna be a
either.
great crossover.
without the only sad thing is it's not going to have Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones. So
Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
exactly,
it.
my excitement as soon as I heard that, my excitement for that movie like completely dissipated.
Killed
It's gone.
Like, then why even bother?
Exactly.
I'd
so
rather
so
Django and
McKinley, do you
Zorro.
think that Blue and Gold will get made?
Eventually, and maybe if they make Green Lantern jokes about Booster Gold, that'll be like amazing.
You know who I think would be a great Booster Gold?
Who?
Guy Pearce.
Cool with it.
Just think about that.
That was simultaneous.
Just
I like
just
Guy
think on it.
Pearce's.
Tommy Lee Jones.
I like Guy Pearce's Black Mask. Actually,
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I just want Black
I think
Mask
Guy
in the
Pearce
movie
could
so
pull it
bad.
off. I think he could pull off being like the right level of corny.
How about Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle? That's a tough one. That's a really, really
That
tough
is
one.
tough.
I think once the
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk would be great. I think if you wanted
get
to
that
do,
guy that played Jim on The Office to play Blue Beetle. Ted Cord.
if you wanted to get like anyone for Jaime Reyes, which I would, I think they would do Jaime Reyes. I think
Yeah.
I hope they would.
wait until this Rizzolo kid from Dope and the guy that was just added to Spider-Man: Homecoming. Wait until he grows up like just a couple more years, and then I think he'd be perfect for that kind of like very confused, fucking. You know, it's like, what the fuck? What is this fucking
I'd be
alien?
cool with it. I just
bug?
really hope that they do the legacy and don't skip Cord. I really
Yeah.
do.
Well, I mean, like, you can
Well,
have
Cord
Jaime
exists,
not
yeah.
skip. Yeah, like you don't have to skip
Oh
Cord.
yeah, I mean like well, like don't completely ignore him, like some other.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like
adaptations
I feel like if they use Jaime, they could do that storyline where basically him and Booster go back in time to try to stop him from dying.
did. Oh, I don't think they'd do that, but if they did, yeah, I'd be fine with it.
Look,
as long as
I'm
they, like,
throwing
at least
out- I'm-
reference Cord or something. Like, don't have him like.
Well,
not exist at all.
this is a theoretical movie we're talking about here.
This is
If
the
they make
Snyderverse
this
in
movie.
also.
theory,
so-
in theory. And in my
Which I think
theory,
they
I
will.
hope they bring up Cord.
I'm pretty sure Blue and Gold movie is on their This is on their unannounced development slate, along with Legion of Superheroes, Deathstroke, Metal Men, and like something else. Another one.
Don't
But,
Forget
yeah, there's
Hawkman, Justice League Dark.
oh, yeah, there's like a handful of other DC movies that they haven't
Prez.
officially announced.
Yeah, Middleman's not fucking happening.
I would love it. I'd love it.
But
Prez,
yeah, that kind of wraps
confirmed.
up the episode, I think.
You think?
Yeah,
Maybe.
So went a little
So-
longer.
Yeah,
Unless
So, yeah.
I like how
somebody
no
else
one
has
brings
any
up
other
Dan
questions.
Garrett, by the way.
Dan Garrett.
Because
The-
no one cares about
the
Dan
original
Garrett.
movie.
Nobody cares.
Nobody does. I don't.
It's like asking why Alan Scott's not going to be in the Green Lantern movie.
Ooh.
Because nobody cares.
He's in my script.
Oh, that's
but
true.
He's in Nick's script, yeah.
Because
there's
Nick
a
has
cool
respect.
twist on him too.
Nick cares.
But
There's a cool twist.
But yeah, anyways, that wraps up episode 34. Thank you guys again for the questions, and be sure to leave them down below again. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.